Local Methodists date back to when only a few farmers and mill owners populated the Pleasant Valley area, which is now Fall City. The original gathering place was built in 1885 and served as the area meeting place. The Fall City Real Estate Company donated the lots on which the church still stands. The lumber the church was built from was also donated on the condition that the congregation would cut down the trees and bring them to the mill. It was built by local carpenters in 1892 and named the Beulah Methodist Episcopal Church.
The white church with the tower was really the symbol of what was good about Fall City.
The first sermon was preached by Reverend Scranton that same year, before the church even had windows and doors. There was a parsonage built in 1899, and by 1900 they had appointed a preacher. The parsonage was torn down in the mid-1960s. Additions have been made to the church. They built an addition in 1912 that was used as the meeting room and kitchen and is now the fellowship room. A rear wheelchair ramp and vestry were also added. In 1939, the Beulah Methodist Episcopal Church unified with other branches to form the Methodist Church. In 1968, a merger with the Evangelical United Brethren created the United Methodist Church.
We analyzed the problem in the beginning and decided that the church was an important building, that it was historically important, that it was important to the community, the people who grew up, who lived here for many years. Their families were connected with the church. The tower was leaning severely. The foundation of the tower was washed away and it looked like it was going to fall. We examined the church very carefully and said, okay, this is what needs to be done. If we're going to save it, we need to do the following steps. Several people were interested, and we formed a committee of people who would help raise the funds. When we began the Historic Landmarks Commission around the year 2000, the church, of course, was the central building that we focused on.
With the help of fundraising and grants, a new foundation was put in 1999, and the restoration was approved and finalized. The church was put on the National Register of Historic Places by the National Park Service in 2002. Today, the United Methodist Church is amongst the oldest and best preserved churches in Polk County. It has served the community for over 100 years and is still a living, breathing church. Although there are other local churches, none are as old or has the distinguished history and historic architecture of the United Methodist Church.